dun, dun, dun. Welcome. Hey guys, Linda Antwi with 90 Day the Melanated Way. We are talking all things 90 Day Bears All. But before we do that, I want to give my shout outs, do a little bit of housekeeping and all of that stuff. Shout out to JT Media, who has been helping me through this process, as well as madebysheilalita, who is doing all my amazing thumbnails. So shout out to you guys. We're growing, you guys. We're growing and we're growing and we're growing, and it's thanks to you. So I prepared something so that I wouldn't get all teary-eyed, and so I'm going to just read it to you. We've reached some real big milestones, and I just wanted to take a moment to thank you, the viewers, the subscribers, the likers, all. I just want to thank you guys for supporting the Melanated Way, supporting me personally, and I just really appreciate it. So whether you watched me on your favorite platform and have liked, shared, commented, and or donated via Patreon or via the Super Chat or via Venmo or Cashapp, whatever you've done, I absolutely appreciate you 100%. Because of you, I'm now able to monetize on YouTube. So yeah, yay, YouTube, yay, subscribers. I appreciate that. Which will allow us to continue to grow even further. So thank you for being the best tribe of girlies that I can ever ask for. And if you want to know how to continue to support and or to learn about the show and my needs, visit my website at lindaissogirlie.com. And I'm also going to put up this banner here. The Linda is So Girly, which is Cashapp and Venmo, and the $, depending on which one you choose. But you guys are helping me make this a thing, and it's a fun thing. It's a beautiful thing, and I love speaking with you guys each and every week. It's really helped through the pandemic. You guys are like my online family. So thank you so very, very much for being here, for supporting this page, for helping it grow. And I'm going to shout out a few of my day ones and a few of my subscribers. And so Megan, Beth, Rebecca, Marianne, Raydella, shout out to you guys. Your support on Patreon is just, it's incredible. I want to shout out Donna Lewis specifically on Anchor FM. She is supporting the podcast version of the show and really supporting Donna. I see you and I appreciate you. And day oneers, Linda, Lydia, Brianna, Crystal, Nicole, Amanda, and Jaleesa. Dr. Jaleesa! Thank you guys so much. We definitely have to have an online party to celebrate our growth, as well as celebrate Dr. Jaleesa becoming the anesthesiologist that she is. And shout out to Danielle. Danielle's brand new Patreon subscriber, and I can't wait to embrace her in this family. And then shout out to the live chat. Hey guys. Hey, Better Days. I got your DM. I see you. I see you. Hey girl. Hey. Hey, Lydia and Raydella and Amanda. Yes. So let's just jump into the craziness. And I want to say that this show, like this specific episode, you guys, was completely outrageous. So episode 11 of Bears All, whether you watch it or not, we're going to talk about it. And I want to tell you that this show is outrageous. Like I literally laughed out loud the whole show because there was so much going on that I just couldn't keep up. Like I couldn't keep up with it. So they started off with Chantel, River, and Karen, the family, Chantel. And, you know, my favorite, if you guys don't watch the family, Chantel, you guys are missing out. So my favorite flashback is of Karen and Karen, Chantel, and their sister coming down in those quinceañera dresses. That's what I call them because the dresses were A, outrageous, B, they were way over the top. And, you know, they said that they bought these dresses at the local mall while they were in the Philippines. And they were like, oh, well, we were told like this is what you wear to a Filipino wedding. And I just laughed because all you hear is, who told you that? Like, who told you that this was the proper customary dress? And the dresses, you guys, if you don't remember them, They were like a Disney character movie. And down to the bow where Karen does like this bow, a curtsy. It was outrageous, but hilarious. They bring the drama, and I think it's hilarious. And so they talked a little about that. They did a little flashback of that. And then Karen, happy birthday, Karen. Karen is 55. She celebrated her 55th birthday, and she decided that she's going to change her name. She's no longer Karen. She is Miss Karen if you're nasty, which I think is hilarious. Can I just say, Karen, I know she has her own show on Facebook Watch, but she just needs a separate spinoff of us just following her around, because if you guys know anything about me, I call her Auntie because she is 100% everyone's auntie, and she has the craziest sayings that I don't even know. Like, this is obviously how she talks. She talks like in sayings her whole life, and I'm here for it. It's hilarious. So she's calling herself Miss Karen now. She's 55 years old now, and Sean was like, well, did you guys buy those dresses to upstage the bride? And she's like, no, but I bought the best ball gown that I could wear so that I could look beautiful. And Sean was like, well, isn't that in essence trying to upstage the bride? And Karen's like, no, I would never try to steal the thunder from the bride. Karen, who talks like that? Who talks like that? I mean, I'm here for it. But do you talk like that in real life? So they also played, so the drama with Anjanette played out, as you guys can remember, but they also played the original drama with Lydia and Nicole, who are Pedro's mother and sister, and the infamous dinner. So do you guys remember the dinner? And if you don't watch The Family Chantel, I'll kind of recap it real quick, but there was a dinner. Pedro and River got into a physical fight, and Nicole got caught in the middle, and her extensions got pulled out, and Karen was swinging the extensions all over the place and speaking like her crazy Spanish. It was hilarious. It was like a hot mess, right? So they talked a little bit about that. And what's funny is that they played the clip where Lydia was saying, you know, if she ever attacks my daughter, she's going to have to deal with me, and that I'll just snatch the wig off of her head and I'll sweep the floor with it. And you see Karen's reaction on Bearzall. Karen is just sitting there like laughing. And of course, she has more, hey, Lynn, she has more sayings. So she says, you know, about wolf tickets? She's like, sometimes they write checks that they can't cash. That was her response, you guys. What that means exactly, no one knows, but it made sense in the moment. And so they talked about her wig, and I'm going to try to say it exactly how Karen said it. So Lydia basically said in Spanish that she was going to snatch her peluca off of her head. So Karen says, mi peluca is muy bueno ahora a loca. You guys know, you think that's hilarious? I died. I had tears in my eyes. I'm even laughing right now. And then she's like, you know that song, Don't Start No Shit, There'll Be No Shit, or whatever it is. She said that she doesn't start fights, but she knows how to finish them. So it was all these sayings. Like, the way she talks is all sayings all the time. And I'm here for it, you guys. And she talked about wearing her wigs, but she has like long, beautiful hair. Oh, is it peluca? Am I saying it right? Yeah, it's a peluca. Peluca equals wigs. Mi peluca es muy bueno, she said. Ahora a loco. Oh my God, Karen just cracks me up. So Sean says that the fight that River and Pedro had was the craziest fight in 90-day history. And I want to know if you guys agree. Do you think that the Pedro and River fight at dinner was the biggest, craziest fight that you've seen yet for like the 90-day franchise? I personally think it was because it was super, super outrageous. Hey, girl, hey. Everyone say hey to She Is New Day. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, Myra. Myra's like, I wonder if she's really like that in real life. Myra, I think she is. Like, I think that that's how she talks. I don't feel like she's acting. I feel like Karen, Miss Karen, if you're nasty, talks like that. And I'm here for it. Better Days said it raised my blood pressure for sure. So that fight was crazy, and it's going to go down in history. And Sean says that because it was the craziest fight ever, they call it the immigration NATO. And then Karen says, Mama says, knock you out. Karen, how are all of these sayings at the top of your head? How is that? Hey, Einstein. Exactly. Miss Karen, if you're nasty. So I just died of laughter. Because it doesn't really make sense, but it's super entertaining. And that's why I love the family Chantel. And you guys, if you do not watch Bears All, and if you don't have Discovery Plus because you guys are boycotting, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. This show really is the companion piece to all things 90 Days. So that $5, it's completely worth it. It's completely worth it because some of the footage we don't see, and then they don't tell us. And then on Bears All, they show us the footage. You're like, oh, that's what happened. Oh, that makes sense. So, you know, it is what it is. Hey, Stevie. Stevie says, Karen is crazy, but great television. 100%. 100%, Stevie. I am 100% here for Crazy Karen because she entertains me all the way, all day, every day. So they talk about Alejandro. Okay, so Chantel says that she doesn't like Alejandro. She doesn't like what he stands for, and that she would never want him in her family because he's married. And Karen has this crazy laughing fit, you guys. Like out of the blue, it was, I don't know, it reminded me of like a crazy person in like an institution. All of a sudden you hear this and Sean looks over, like, what's going on? She even asked River to translate what Karen is laughing about. And it was like a crazy fit that came out of nowhere. And we didn't know. And River was like, she's just quote unquote stupefied. She's stupefied that Nicole actually ended up with a married man. Yes, girl, a manic episode. A manic episode. It came out of nowhere and it was uncomfortable for everyone. So that fight scene they showed the fight scene between Lydia, Alejandro, and Nicole. And Karen just continued to laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh about it. And Karen basically said that she's not judging, but she is. And, you know, she said that she doesn't know any intelligent woman who would be in a relationship with a married man. So basically she's saying that both Lydia and Nicole are just not intelligent. And especially Nicole, because Nicole thinks that this is going to be a long-term relationship. And I'm going to give you a little like tease. So either the family Chantel is coming back very shortly, or Lydia and Alejandro are fighting. I'm only going to tease it to you because we're going to talk about it all in News and Gossip on Thursday. But she's wiped clean her social media of any trace of Alejandro, and Alejandro has wiped clean any traces of Lydia. So here we are in almost April of 2021, and all of a sudden there's trouble in paradise. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with Karen laughing about the married man, and I'm going to leave you with Chantel not liking Alejandro. So either they're setting us up for season 3 of the family Chantel, or there's trouble in paradise. You choose. Next, they played a game that I want to play with you guys, and we're going to talk about it and see how well we do. Okay? So they played a game, and Miss Karen had to answer questions about her two children, River and Chantel. The first question that Sean asked is, who is more likely to speed in their car? Who is more likely to speed in their car? Who do you guys think it was? If you watched the show, you know the answer. If you didn't watch the show, let me know in the live chat. Do you think it's Chantel or River? Who speeds more, Chantel or River? I was kind of surprised by the answer, but not surprised at the same time. So who do you guys think speeds more? Yes, Better Days. It's Chantel. Chantel was like, I don't go over 80. And they're all like, 80? 80 is speeding. But Miss Karen said 50-50. They both speed. They both speed. A lot of you guys are guessing River, but it's 50-50. So Miss Karen said both of them speed. So that was the answer. We're going to move on to the next question. Who is most likely to max out their credit card on a shopping spree? Do you think it would be River or do you think it would be Chantel? I was shocked by this answer. Who do you think would max out their credit card on a shopping spree? River or Chantel? I mean, nowadays it's everyone. Yes, Myra. It's actually, I'm saying it wrong, Myra. It's not Chantel. I thought it was Chantel, and that's why I said yes. I thought for sure said Chantel because Chantel is so like extravagant, very like diva-ish. But the answer is actually River. River maxes out his credit card on shoes like Jordans and all of that. So he goes on shopping sprees and buys shoes like all day long. So I was super surprised by that answer. The third question, if River and Chantel were single, who do you think is more likely to have a one-night stand? Who do you think is more likely to have a one-night stand, River or Chantel? River or Chantel? What do you guys think? I was surprised by this answer too, because, you know, people who fly to the Dominican Republic get loose, get party, get loose, get party. Amanda says, oh my God, who talks about that with their kids? And Nisei says C, which I think she means Chantel. Chantel from Amanda. Better Day says I'm torn. Black Shelly says River. And Amanda says Chantel is super hot. The answer is River. River is most likely to have a one-night stand if he was single. I thought for sure it would be Chantel. I don't know why I thought it was Chantel. I think maybe because she's just so beautiful that she could have any dude that she wanted. But the answer is River. Next question. Growing up, who do you think was most trouble? Do you think it was Chantel or River? Who was more of the troubled child that brought trouble and drama to the family? Chantel or River? This one should be clear whether you watch the show or not. It should be super clear to you. Super clear. Chantel or River? Who was the biggest troublemaker as a child? I mean, just think about it. This person is a carbon copy of one of their parents. So Better Dad says River. Nisi says Chantel. Amanda says Chantel. Myra says Chantel. The answer is Chantel. Chantel was the biggest troublemaker. They talked about how the school would call Miss Karen in the middle of the day, like noon, and Chantel would be like, I don't want to be here anymore. She just decided like, I'm good. I'm done with school for the day. Come get me. Can you imagine as a kid? I can't. My mom would be like, what are you saying? We don't do that. We don't do that as Africans. And last but not least, also a very easy answer. Who is the bigger diva? River or Chantel? Who is the bigger diva? River or Chantel? This one has a twist, you guys. This one has a twist. Again, I want you to think of River, Miss Karen, and Chantel. So Amanda says River. Lydia says River. Lori says Chantel. Nisi says River. And Myra, you know what? I like that answer. Myra says equal. Lydia says Miss Karen, if you're nasty. It's Miss Karen. Miss Karen is the diva of it. Miss Karen is the only diva, they said, of the entire house. But Chantel, she answered Chantel is the biggest diva because Chantel is the carbon copy of her mama. She said, this is where I get it from. I get it from my mama. And you know what? On the show, it all makes sense because those two are the biggest nosy bodies that I've ever seen on any reality show. They get into everyone's business. They judge everyone. And I am so 100% here for it. So that was the game they played. I thought it was fun. And then they did 90 Day Got Skills. And if you haven't seen the show, 90 Day Got Skills is the segment where they show the 90 Day cast members who have some type of talent. We've seen Big Ed perform, Tarik perform, and now River performed his song called Birthday off of his EP called Cupid's Trilogy, which dropped earlier this year. It's 3 songs about a close friend of his, and apparently this close friend must be someone that he's dating. He doesn't name her, but the song is called Birthday. It's going to bring me to my first question for you guys. Who do you think has been the best performance on 90 Day Bears All so far? Big Ed playing his piano, Tarik with his hot sauce rap song, or River with his birthday song? Who do you think has been the best performance on 90 Day Bears All so far? Big Ed, Tarik, or River? Y'all know how I feel about the performances so far. I'm going to let you know in a minute what I think, but I definitely want to know what you guys think in the live chat, and I definitely want to know what you guys think if you're listening or watching the show afterwards. Black Shelly says Tarik and hot sauce. Black Shelly. I am shocked and appalled. TG says hot sauce all day. Shocked and appalled. Stevie says River, no contest. Clearly, Stevie's the only one that has any type of sense out of all y'all listening and watching. Y'all are crazy. Big Ed played the piano. I don't even think that Big Ed really plays the piano. I think he learned that one song so that he could go on and scam us and quickly just play a quick song real quick. Hot sauce, please don't get me started, okay? Just don't get me started. You all heard the song. You all saw him on 90 Day, okay? You saw him. You saw him perform it. I will always say this, and I'll continue to say it. Sometimes your talent is just a hobby. Your talent isn't something for the world to see. Tarik has many talents, you guys. He apparently he's like a super real estate agent, investor, person, super organized. But what he's not is a rapper. Okay? You guys can fight me on this, but I know what I'm talking about. If you're coming up with a Drake and a Lil Wayne, Little Boozy, all of it, anyone, and you're going to try to tell me that Tarik's hot sauce song is fire, stop it. Anyhow, Amanda said, you're my little ghost pepper. Burn my mouth off, Linda. And Stevie says, I liked Usman better than Tarik and Ed for real. Oh yeah, I forgot Usman performed. Usman performed as well. No, I mean, it was all right. It was super auto-tuned. And I know that everything's auto-tuned and that's a sound and I just don't think that he was better than River. I think River's performance was the best performance we've seen so far on 90 Day Bears All. And y'all can fight me on that, but I'm giving you facts. River's performance, River has talent. I've heard his other songs as well. He has talent. Usman, is an entertainer. I'll say that. Does this man have talent? I don't know. You guys, if is Soldier Boy, are you all buying Soldier Boy's EP? Are you guys gonna go to a concert when the world opens up? Are you all, be honest with me? Are you guys gonna go see him perform live when the world opens up? Let me know, because I could be wrong. I know I'm not, but I could be wrong. I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see. What Tarik is, I'll tell you this. What Tarik is, and Lynn said it in the live chat. He is a drummer. He has mad skills on the drum. He should go ahead and rebrand himself as a drummer and not a rapper. He does 100% have drum skills, and he popped that off like he spun the drumsticks in the air, caught him, the whole 9 yards. But we'll talk about it. Rodella says nope. There's no way she's going to any type of live concert because Rodella has sense. So on that note, they bring out Tim and Veronica. And Tim and Veronica, I just think that they're adorable together. I like their banter together. And so we saw some extended footage of Tim and Veronica watching Larissa get one of her surgeries. And we find out that Tim has paid not only for one girl, but multiple girls to get plastic surgery. So whether they were getting breast augmentation, Tim likes to say boob jobs, and Veronica likes to say breast augmentation, whether they're getting that or veneers or whatever, he said that he's taken quite a few girls for plastic surgery, and he's also paid for it. So that was interesting information to find out. And then, you guys, can we talk about, okay, I'm not trying to be judgy. I'm just trying to understand. And Lydia, if you're in the live chat, you know that I'm just trying to understand it. So Sean talks a little bit about Tim's outfit. So Tim had on this like fur black and white jacket that's probably like faux fur, right? Because he doesn't want to upset PETA. So like a faux fur jacket. He had a mohawk, so tons of like hair gel, mohawk lines in the hair. He had these high black boots on and these purple tight pants on. And I was interested about the outfit, like why that outfit? And Sean even asked about the outfit. He said that he likes to take risks in fashion. And what did y'all think of his outfit? Stevie, I cannot with you. Stevie, I cannot with you. I cannot. What did you guys think of Tim's outfit? Because I had some questions, right? And he said he was getting a lot of compliments on his jacket. A lot of people say the David Bowie days. So I think that's like 60s and 70s. I think, you know, you can correct me, but I'm guessing it's 60s and 70s. David Bowie had that same look. So people are saying that he mimics his style from David Bowie. But I don't know, you guys. There's something else going on. That's it. I'm going to say it. There's something else going on. I don't know exactly what it is. Yes, Myra. So Myra is talking about, if you guys are not following 90 Day the Melanated Way on social media, you should be following, because we are breaking tea left, right, and center. And Tim went Instagram official with his girlfriend. He posted quite the photo. If you guys want to check it out, definitely go to our Instagram page and check that out. Amanda agrees. Amanda says, as long as it's not real fur, I have no problem. Yes, I get a Bowie vibe from him. Is it though, Amanda? Is it? So Veronica looked amazing though, and Veronica admitted that she has gotten some work done as well. She's gotten breast augmentation and a tummy tuck, and she feels like she's due for another tummy tuck. And they talk about how they met. So they met when she was 23 and he was 28. They met at a bar, even though that Tim doesn't drink. And it was his second night out after a 10-year relationship. So I guess he was in a relationship from 18 to 28. And he was out with one of his boys 2 days later. He said he'd only been single for 2 days. And Veronica said that the first single guy that she saw in the bar that she thought was hot, she was going to go up to that person and kiss them. And that's exactly what she did. She went directly up to him. She kissed him. No conversation. And Tim, who said that he's a germaphobe, he was like, yeah, and there was all this tongue. And Veronica, there was no tongue. But he's like, yeah, it was all this tongue. And she just came up to me. And so he didn't really like it, which I think is interesting because I think most guys would be like, whoa, this hot girl is making out with me? Cool. Score for me. But Tim wasn't about it. And she slipped her number into his pocket. And then his friend asked for her number. And she's like, well, only one of you guys are getting my number tonight. And not realizing that he had her number until after she said that, he went home and thought that he was not going to call her. Can you imagine? And they showed pictures of them, and she's beautiful now, and she was beautiful then. So I don't know what he was talking about, but he ended up calling her. They ended up being together, and fast forward, it's 15 years that they've been not together, but 15 years that they've known each other. But it's been 15 years since they dated, you guys. So if you think about that, that's quite a while ago. I didn't realize Tim was as old as he is. So 28, 38, 39, 44, and for 243. Right? Tim's 43. I had no idea. He looks way younger. So he is doing something, whatever he's doing, he looks good for his age. And then what I thought was interesting, Amanda says, I watch way too much drag content from men in fluffy coats to surprise me, and even straight men can have fun with looks. Yeah, I agree with that. Stevie says, Veronica was pretty slick with that phone number move. Yes, facts. She absolutely was. Oh, hey, Trisha. Hey, girl. Hey, everyone say hi to Trisha. I think she's relatively new. She says, Harry Styles has been playing with looks lately. Definitely seems trendy to play a bit more. I agree with you. Okay, you guys. I agree with you. I will take all the thoughts that I was having about his outfit back. Play with looks, play with fashion. It's good. It's good. So anyhow, they then did a whole pillow talk kind of segment where they talked about the new couples from this season. So they first talked about Brandon and Julia. Tim thinks that Brandon seems like a nice guy. He thinks that Julia seems like a gold digger, is getting gold digger vibes from her, which I was like, what are you even talking about? What gold digging is she doing, tending to the farm and waking up at 5 a.m.? But okay, if that's the vibe you're getting, that's the vibe you're getting. And then they talked about Andrew and Amira, and it was very clear that Veronica did not like Andrew, period. And Tim said he's torn between them. He's torn about their situation. And Veronica feels shocked about Amira, shocked that Amira would put up with so much of Andrew's BS. And she calls Amira the new Michael. She says, if anyone deserves to come to the U.S., it's Michael and Amira because they've been through so much. What do you guys think? Do you agree that Amira is the new Michael? Right? Better days? What? I like Julia. How dare he? That's what I say. I like Julia too. And there's no way she's... What is she gold digging, y'all? What is she getting out of this? If anything, she's getting an ambivalent, nonchalant, non-committal child who can't make decisions on his own, who crawls to mommy and daddy to do and be don't even get me started, y'all. There is no gold digging going on there. She purely loves him, and she has all the patience because nope. Then they talked about Jovi and Yara, and Veronica said that Jovi would be good to party with, but not to marry. What do you guys think? And then they both think that Yara is a very pretty girl, very attractive. And then Tim thinks that Jovi seems like a nice guy. Do you think that's a fair assessment? Raydella says, Brandon just wants a live-in girlfriend. Facts. He wants all of them to live on that farm like it's a commune. And he has his beautiful girlfriend, but he also has his parents to still take care of him. Those are facts. Those are facts. He does not want to grow up and make adult decisions and have adult responsibilities. He wants to just do what he wants to do when he wants to do it and have no repercussions. Because if he doesn't have to make a decision, parents make the decision, then he can never be wrong about anything. But the problem with that is he's almost 30 years old. So he is going to have a shock of his life because the real world is still going. The last couple they talk about is Stephanie and Ryan / Harris. And all they had to say was it was an interesting storyline and that couldn't happen to me. And I laughed. Because Stephanie brings the entertainment. Stephanie is like the new Darcy. Stephanie is like the new Karen. Like they bring, it's outrageous, you guys, and don't get me wrong. And a lot of you have messaged me saying like, you know, how she's like an ST. And if you guys know what that means, I know you know. And so she could be that. And I do agree that she inserts one poor man for another poor man because she has the wealth over them. I do agree with that, but I also think that she makes good TV because it's outrageous, right? Some of the stuff that we've seen and heard and how she's apparently 7 years in a relationship, who's her fiance, quote unquote, but he's never actually proposed to her. And then a few days later, you're now in love with the cousin. Like, come on, you guys. Come on. It's like, this is TV gold. Someone in the live chat explained to Myra what ST is, because, you know, I'm on YouTube. I don't want to have any issues. So someone can go ahead and explain to her what that is. Then they started talking about their own personal relationships. So both Tim and Veronica have new partners in their life. Tim is dating a girl named Linda, and Veronica is dating a guy named Grant. And they both came out. So Grant was kind of unsure about Veronica's relationship with Tim. And Grant made it clear that he's way better looking than Tim, which do you guys agree? Do you think Grant is I thought he was handsome. I thought that him and Veronica make a really good looking couple. I think they match more than Veronica and Tim. And I know everyone wants, and even Sean said this, everyone wants Tim and Veronica to get back together because they have good chemistry in the sense that they're funny and they know each other so they can bounce things off of each other. But what I don't think is that they're each other's types anymore. I don't think that at all. So what do you guys think? Do you think you want to see Tim and Veronica back together? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the live chat. I personally think that she's good with Grant. I think that Grant is a good match for her. Lori says that Grant is really good looking. I agree. And did you guys notice they all had really great teeth? Teeth like always stand out to me. And all of them, Veronica, Tim, Linda, and Grant, they all had like really nice teeth, like, and shiny. Anyhow, that was a side note. So they talk a little bit to Grant, and Grant is really happy in his relationship. He says that Veronica keeps him in line. And then they talked with Linda. Yes, I agree, better days. They seem to make better friends than a couple. And Trisha says, no, they're just best friends. I agree. Let's talk about Linda, you guys. So Linda is Tim's new girlfriend. She's from Colombia. So like his ex, or, you know, is I don't know. Is it, because they didn't even really date, but whatever. So from Colombia, she's been in the U.S. for 1.5 years. She's learning English. Tim says that she's sweet. She's low maintenance, which he's completely not used to. There's a 17-year age difference, so he's 17 years older than her. And it was like an interesting thing because I don't know if it was just me, but she was gushing over him, like to the point where she was saying, I love you so much. She almost started crying. She got like so into it that her camera kept moving. And it was just like weird. Oh my God, I love you. I don't know what I would do in my life if I didn't have you in my life. You're amazing. And I just love you so much. It was all that. I'm being extra because it was all that and then some. So, that was that. And then on the Veronica and Grant side, Tim told Grant that Veronica is difficult to date. And the reason he told Grant that Veronica is difficult to date was because she was smart, she's intellectual, and she will always beat you in a fight. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I had some real issues with this because let's have this conversation, okay? Let's just be 100% real because we're all family here at the Melanated Way. So, oftentimes, and I've heard this, and you guys let me know if you've heard this before as well. Oftentimes, as women, we're told, oh, you need to be like more passive and it has to be more about the man. And you can't be smarter than the man because the man will feel threatened. So for Tim to say that Veronica is difficult to date because she's smart and she's an intellectual woman, to me was off-putting. So you're saying that smart and intellectual women are difficult to date because they're smart and intellectual, and because if you have an argument with them and you lose, that messes with your manhood. Because Tim, that to me is such a sexist statement and has to do with what's all wrong about equality. Okay, because can't the man and the woman both be smart and that be sexy and attractive? Or because the woman is smart, she's difficult? Let's talk about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments because that completely rubbed me the wrong way. 1,000%. 1,000%. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the live chat what you guys think as well. But it's a conversation that I know that I've had many a times, and I think it's outrageous for people to say stuff like that. I think it's outrageous. I could personally tell you a story that just shook me, but like I want to know what you guys think as well. Lynn says that's a male chauvinist pig attitude, and Better Day says those are great qualities to have. And Lori says, I definitely had an issue with men being threatened by my intelligence and education. It sure explains why Tim and Veronica don't work. And Amanda says, it's more of a diss on yourself because it admits that you're unmatched and she's smarter than you and you can't deal with it. And Black Shelley says, smart women may not be everyone's cup of tea. Oh, hey, Esfere. And she says, sadly, Tim is right. At least over here, men love women that make them feel they are better than them. And Stevie says, that's why Tim only dated women from outside the U.S. Nobody here would go for that. Yeah, see, there's a range of things there, you guys. I don't think that we have enough time to get into all of it. So let's continue this in the comments. I think it's okay to be smart and beautiful. I think it's actually an amazing thing. And I think that that's why we educate everyone. We educate everyone because it's okay to be smart and beautiful at the same time. And I'll leave it at that. So next up, Jenny and Sumit. So Jenny and Sumit drama, they had the exclusive part 1, part 2. We're now on part 3. And it's not going anywhere, you guys. It is not going anywhere. Yes, Lori, we need to change that sexist culture. Yes. Yes. It is okay to be smart and beautiful however you identify. However you identify, it's okay to be both of those things. Okay? So, We find out that Jenny and Sumit are one of Veronica's favorite couples. And the drama is this, you guys. Sumit's parents hate Jenny, period. They say that they didn't know that Jenny and Sumit were dating way back to 2011. They thought that they were just friends. Sumit says, no, I told my parents that this is the woman that I want to be with. This is the woman that I'm dating. Then Christina, Jenny's sister, and her partner Jen, they jump into the conversation as well. And Christina says that she's taken aback by Sumit's parents, and she says that Sumit's parents are lying, that they always knew that Jenny and Sumit were a couple all the way back to 2011. And the parents seen her on Skype. They said that she was a loving, caring individual. They loved her. So Christina's confused that all of a sudden they're acting like they don't know that these two are a couple, and she calls it BS. And then they show a picture of Jenny and Sumit's mother back in 2013, and everyone's seen that picture now, where they're all cuddled and hugging. And Jenny shares that Sumit's mother actually got that outfit that Jenny was wearing made for her. And the mom's like, yeah, no, it was a goodbye gift though. And Sumit's brother says, yeah, it was a goodbye gift because my mom was happy that Jenny was finally leaving and going back to the US. So she was like, hey, goodbye. Here's your gift. And Jenny just was not for that. She's like, that is not what she bought that for me for. She liked me and she wanted to give me this gift and yada, yada, yada. So there was all that. Then Jenny drops a bomb. Jenny says that Sumit's mom actually came to her and said, take Sumit to America and marry him there. I just don't want him. I don't want to see him get married here. It's not part of our culture. I don't want like the people we know or family to know anything about it. But if you take him to America, you know, I have no problem. It just can't happen here because that's not how we do things here. Wait, what? Hey, Love and Life. Hey, girl. Hey. Love and Life says, I miss Jenny and Sumit drama. Yeah, there's a lot of it. So Sumit's mom completely denies that they ever had that conversation. She completely denies that she ever supported the relationship. And she completely denies that she told Jenny to take to Sumit to America. And the reason Jenny said that she never took Sumit to America is that she didn't have the funds, the money to do it, nor did Sumit have the money to do it. So that's why they never came to America, which is surprising because, you know, we've all asked that question. Why don't they just come to America and get married? And Jenny answers the question finally and says it's because of finances. Okay, so then Sean asks Sumit's parents, are you ever going to condone this relationship and be happy for them? And the parents say no. And then Sean asks the same question to Sumit's brother, and he says no as well. Now, the big issue that they all have is that she's older than Sumit's parents. So they're never going to accept it. They said, like, they're never, ever. And what was so sad, you guys, was they were asked a couple of questions. So Sean asked, did you arrange Sumit's marriage? Remember, he got married and now is divorced. But when he got married, he never even told Jenny that he got married. Do you guys remember that? And do you remember that he still was dating her long distance? Okay, so I'm building up to something. Then when they were asked that, did you arrange this marriage for Sumit to get him to stay away from Jenny? The dad answered, no, I didn't do that because of that, which I thought was, okay, maybe. Then they were asked, do you want to see Sumit break up with Jenny? The parent said, of course. And the brother said, I'm eagerly waiting for that. You guys, how sad is that? Your family is waiting for you to break up? Like, at what point, because we're in 2021 now, so 2011 was 10 years ago. At what point do you just say, okay, there's been so many other things in the world that have happened that I just want you to be happy and healthy. At what point do you say that? Apparently never. They're never going to accept Jenny, and they are eagerly waiting for them to break up. That breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. It's kind of sad. Yes, Loving Life, it's very sad. And yes, Better Days, it's closed minded. And I don't know. I think that they're going to still be together. It's 10 years, y'all. You just need to throw in the towel and just be like, hey, we are what we are. What I'm surprised about, you guys, is that Jenny's still putting up with not being married. But I'll tell you this, a little more tease for Thursday's news and gossip show. I wouldn't be surprised if their status has changed. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're no longer in India. I'll leave it at that. Hey, Lita. Didn't Jenny say that when she went to India for the first time, she told the Sumit family that she was a friend and that was the reason they were hiding sex? Yes, I mean, we did learn that they said they were just friends and she was like just visiting because she wanted to visit India. But en route to that, they eventually said that they told the family that they were actually in a relationship. Now, here's the thing. The common thread, you guys, in my opinion, is Sumit, because Sumit is a liar. Sumit is a professional liar. And if you guys haven't forgotten that they met him as a catfish, and he was like some catfish model, if you guys remember that photo, and Jenny kept talking to him and she fell in love with him, even though he had catfished her. So that was like the biggest red flag. But you continued to be in a relationship with him. Then you went over there and he lied to you, but you still went over there, and the parents kicked you out of the house and he couldn't marry you, and you came back to the US, but you still were with him. Then he got married. He got married and didn't tell you. And still you were with him. So in my opinion, he knows that he can lie and lie and lie and lie, and Jenny will always accept it and she's not going anywhere. And I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Unfortunately, I think that this is what's going to happen as Jenny gets up there in age, and Sumit also gets up there in age, because he's only in his 30s. By the time he's 40, he's going to want to have a family, and he's going to leave her high and dry. That is my belief. And it's sad, but if we saw from the last episode where he told his parents, hey, if I commit to not ever marrying her, but we just live together, will you be okay? And the parents said okay, and he agreed to that. There you go. So that is that. Moving on to last and certainly not least, because it was all it. This segment cracked me up. So it was Tarik, and did you guys know that there's another brother Tarik? I surely didn't. So Tarik not only has beef with Dean, he has had beef with his big brother, who's named Dwayne. Didn't know that there was a Dwayne. Dwayne just appeared out of nowhere. Pow! And here he is on Bearzall. So Tarik and Dean update. Tarik and Dean, Dean followed through on his promise to Sean. And if you guys haven't seen the show, Sean is really trying to get Dean and Tarik back together and reconcile. So Tarik told us that Dean sent him a message with his updated info. And you know what, you guys? Tarik said after he got it, he was like, nah, let sleeping dogs lie are his words. So he didn't reach back out to Dean. He thinks that this relationship is unsalvageable. And he didn't even make an effort, you guys, to contact Dean after Dean did his side. So what, I mean, really? Really, that's your brother? Like, I'm just so concerned about this. I'm going to pull up this question for you. Is family family no matter what? Is family family no matter what? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the live chat. So Tarik is still beefing with Dean, but he was also beefing with his older brother, Dwayne. They hadn't seen each other since 2008, you guys. They had not seen each other since 2008. 2008. So they had a falling out. They don't tell us on Berzal what the falling out was about. But he comes over, he, meaning Dwayne, comes over to Tarik's house on the day of his wedding. They hug, they cry, and you could really tell Dwayne was like, this was like therapeutic to him, like reconciling with his brother. And even Tarik cried a bit. They sat, they chatted a little bit, and then fast forward, Dwayne is in studio. Tarik had some issues with weather, so he couldn't be in studio, so he came via webcam. And Sean asks, do you think that Tarik and Dean can reconcile? And big brother Dwayne said no. He's like, we're all three alpha dogs, and what happens when you put alpha dogs in a cage together? They fight. Esfere says, sometimes you're better off without family. Amanda says, I have no issue cutting off toxic family. Better Day says, that's so sad. I have a sibling that I don't speak to and it hurts. Oh, you guys, these are all sad stories. That's all so sad, you guys. You know, thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for sharing your stories. Family can be complex for sure. And a lot of different factors go into family. I think what's great is that sometimes you can choose your family, right? So that helps too. Hey, Princess. Am I good with my camera angles, Princess? Are we good? Am I looking to camera? Princess is in the film industry, and she always talks about how my angles are not the best for her. She's drowning. So I've been trying to work on that and fix that. Aw, Nisi says, me too, I have a big brother. I don't talk to him. Aw, you guys, I thank you for sharing your story. And I think that, like Esfere says, good friends can be like real family. And that is facts. Some of us have friends that we've created our family. We got to choose them, and that's okay too. So, with Tarik and Dwayne and Dean, I think that we're probably not going to see Dean and Tarik make up. And let's see, hopefully that Dwayne and Tarik can continue to bond and mend over their relationship. Oh, you guys are sharing such stories that are just touching my heart. Kimberly says, toxic family has to go. Better Days says, love to y'all. Friends sure can be better than family. And Loving Life says, haven't spoken 16 years since day of my mom's funeral. Lynn says, my two brothers don't speak, but each ask me about one another. Yeah, families are complex, you guys, for sure. Next up, they had a music segment, and both of the brothers played drums, and we saw like a flashback photo of Tarik in some band learning the drums, and he learned the drums from his big brother Dwayne, and they're both super talented. So they had like a drum off where one played and then the other played back, and you could see they both had skills. And Tarik, that is your skill. I said it on the top of the show, and I'm saying it now. Your skill is in the drums. Maybe start a band and be the drummer, and then don't be the rapper and like get a real rapper in. That's just my opinion. But they both played drums really well. And then Sean talked about how we know that Tarik didn't have a bachelor party. right? So Hazel had a bachelorette party, but Tarik said that he had no time to have a bachelorette party because he's planning this whole wedding. He's doing the logistics and the seating and the flowers, everything. Tarik is doing all the heavy lifting, he said. So he didn't have time to have a bachelor party. So Sean and Discovery sent over a bachelor party in a box. And it was a chicken dinner, it was lottery scratchers, it was whiskey and a cigar. And on Dwayne's side, he got a steak dinner, which I thought, wow, Dwayne's dinner is a little bit better than Tarik's dinner. He got a whole steak dinner. Even the cigars, Tarik's looked okay, but you know the wooden box that cigars come in? Dwayne's was like in a wooden box. Like whatever was going on in the studio, they had like top of the line. And then whatever they sent to go was like to go. So they had that, and they had a little slot machine for Dwayne, and they had scratch off tickets for Tarik. And then, of course, they had the exotic dancer, and this is the part that cracked me up, you guys. I fell out. I fell all the way out. So Sean's like, "Oh, we also have a exotic dancer for you." And they show the clip from when Debbie was on, and Debbie did her go-go dancing, because you guys know Debbie was fire back in the day, and she was like a real go-go dancer, like Whiskey a Go-Go in Los Angeles, where it was like the it thing back in the 60s. She was one of those dancers. So she pulled out her moves, and they showed that video footage, and everyone fell out. Everyone was laughing. It was so much fun. I think it was like the best way to like wrap up their segment. It was really, really funny, and I absolutely enjoyed it. So it was good. So you guys, if you're not watching Bears All, you really are missing out. And thank you for joining me, because I love talking about it. And I hope that I was able to recap it and have fun with you and have some games. It's super fun, and I love doing this with you. So thank you so much for being here, you guys. And don't forget, we do our news and gossip show, and it's a big week for news and gossip. Big. And I say it every week because you know what? These 90 days, they don't stop. They don't stop with the drama. They don't stop with the online beef. They don't stop with like things leaking. Okay. So I'll say this, between a marriage and a separation, between someone's eggplant picture leaking and finding out, because it wouldn't be a week of 90 days if someone's OnlyFans didn't leak. Finding out these two people are OnlyFans blew my mind. I told you guys this before, that 90% of 90 Day Fiancé cast members are on OnlyFans. Okay. But these two that leaked this week, I have no words. I have no words. Last time when I said I had no words, but this time I really have no words. The two that leaked this week, I'm shook. I will never not see that. And you guys know I'm an entertainment reporter. So when the time comes for me to interview these two, I'm going to always have this in my eyes when I'm looking at them. Just know that, you guys. Just know that. I'm shook by the two that leaked this week. Oh, you guys are such a family. Thank you. You guys, make sure, because I sometimes forget to say this, that if you're watching on Facebook, that you're thumbs up and you're giving a heart. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please thumbs up. Share this video with your friends. Tell people about this, because that's how I can continue to do this for you guys. So thank you so much, Lynn, for reminding me to do that. All right, you guys, that's the show. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you're following 90 Day the Melanated Way all across social media. And you guys, please support the show. I've popped up Linda Is So Girlie on the screen. Please support the show. I really do appreciate it. And as we grow, I want to grow. I want to grow with you guys. And in order to do that, I need people to support the show. So until Thursday, for my VIP Patreon subscribers, we're going to talk all of the news and gossip, you guys. Please bring your wine. I'm going to actually bring wine this week too, because there is so much to get through. Everyone else, have an amazing week. And for my VIP and Patreon subscribers, I'll see you on Thursday. Bye for now.